All right, continuing the series with the solar plexus, the fire chakra today. And this is also going to be a multi-part video. So just to recap, we went through the root and we completely annihilated all of the steadfast beliefs that we hold on to that we think are keeping us safe. That just got completely annihilated. Now we move up into the sacral, right? And I just did 3 or 4 videos on that where we're meeting our inner demons. We're becoming the demoness. Our unconscious mind and patterns and fears and traumas are purging to the surface, and we're facing all of that in the water chakra. Now we move on to fire, which is our solar plexus. This is the center of our identity. And of course, once you deconstruct the root of all your patterns and then you actually meet what is going on in your unconscious mind, we can begin to form a new conscious pattern. And this is where our Maya really begins to shift and change. However, this is where a lot of challenges will come up, and this is where you will need to yield your sword. You will need to take that sword out, but it's not necessarily only against others. It's against you and your belief systems, because now that you know your unconscious patterning, you want to change it. You're meeting your demons, you're integrating with them. You're no longer running from the things that scare you, but now you have to have a whole new core belief system that you're going to operate in. And this is no easy task, because what's going to happen is every time you take on a new belief system, something in your Maya that does not reflect that and doesn't align is going to be highlighted to you times 10. And it's going to be up to you to take that sword and actually utilize it now. Are you going to cut through that pattern that you are seeing in Maya and implement the new belief? It's not going to be easy. This is where bridges need to be burned. Think, this is the fire chakra. You need to use that fire. This is where you're going to get a new willpower to actually drive forward and take your new set of values, your new power that you're starting to step into as a baby, and you're going to use that to push you forward and to actually meet all of these different obstacles with full force energy. You're going to act like a lion or like a ram, and you're going to go head first into that. You are no longer the victim. You are not the prey any longer. This is when you step into your own predatory nature. And you can't do that without meeting your demoness, because the demoness here in water, when you're moving with her up into the solar plexus, now you are realizing that she is predatory in nature. So you have to embody that, and you have to go for what it is that you're wanting. Now, all kinds of obstacles are going to come in the way, and all these obstacles it's not necessarily a redirection. It's reflecting to you the old patterns, and they are not going to die easy. You're going to have to keep taking out that sword and being like, no, I do not want to behave this way. I do not want to act this way. I do not want to think this way any longer. I'm no longer going to allow this type of situation in my life, and you have to be the one to cut the cord. Everything that you used to think, believe, and that is your comfort zone that gave you the life you are currently living, all of that is going to be projected in your face times 1,000, so you can see exactly how it is you're thinking, acting, and behaving that is keeping you stuck in that pattern. And we're going to use that fire to burn all of that down and burn all of that away, and again, turn it to ash. Now, most people quit here because the amount of confidence and willpower it takes to step into something new is not only scary, but it takes so much energy, and it will feel like you are betraying yourself. And in a way you are, because your old identity is held here. And now you're trying to operate in a completely new identity and way of being. And you are betraying your old self, but that old self wasn't the real you. It was a mask you were wearing due to all of the trauma that you went through, due to all the fears, due to all of the survival that you have been living in your whole life since you were a child and didn't realize it. And so now we move forward, and you're not confident at first, but the more that you keep moving forward and taking a step, you become more confident in who you're becoming. And more will come up to reflect back to you. Is this the real you? Is this the new you? Does this align with your new values and beliefs? And that's where you keep going, and you keep stepping forward into the discomfort of it all. And this is when a new life begins to slowly manifest. And this is where it really feels uncomfortable because this life is so foreign to you. You feel like you're acting like a completely different person that you've never known before, but something deep in you is like, oh, this feels so good because it does feel like the true me, but you've never been able to fully operate in it before. So now you keep going and then your life starts shifting and things become uncomfortable. You could all of a sudden be making more money. You could find yourself in front of new people that make you feel uncomfortable because they're more leveled up than you. But this is where you grow and expand. This is where you learn to feel comfortable in those situations. This is where you teach your body how to have a new nervous system so that you can hold the life that it is that you truly want and that you know you should be living. Consciously, you know you should be living a certain way, but you're not. And all that came out in the water chakra. And so now it's the merging of this together. Can I actually face the fears? Do I have what it takes to use this sword in order to manifest the desires that I just discovered that it is that I want? This is also where radical self-love begins to start, because you'll see this new you that's making everybody around you uncomfortable. People are going to start attacking. People are going to start saying shit to try to keep you back in that box and try to keep that energy flowing downwards. But we want to go up with it. We want to finish the volcanic eruption that wants to happen out of you that is called your new life and your new existence, your new identity and your new Maya. You can't back down here. This is where you need to keep going because this is where you're going to fully step into your power.